All right. Good morning, traders, and welcome back to Framework Fortune. We have got the SPY bouncing up here. Broke over that downtrend. So like I was saying in the Discord over the weekend, I'm slightly bullish on the SPY just for this week, maybe for February, because the Feds are not going to actually be doing anything till March, supposedly. And, this was a pretty good size little correction, little pullback. So we may see another pop up to like a high of 480 or something on the SPY this week if it continues its upward momentum. And then I think after that one, that's going to be probably the end of the road. But since we do have the SPY uptrending at the moment, let's take a look around. See what we got moving today. GMVD still slowly climbing up on the daily chart. I'm going to keep that one on watch. Let's break a 6. I think it'll start moving. SRRA, that one is broken its uptrend, but on the daily chart still above all EMAs. BTCS popping back up a little bit. Came down at 200. Looks like it's going to bounce off here. About Endo. Let's see, PGI. This looks like a new IPO. Only less than 10 million in float, so we'll keep an eye on it. This downtrend here that needs to break. A little bit of an uptrend. There too. Let me actually go into our chart. So right there, there's some support. Right where we're holding up at the moment at $5. Yeah, $5, pretty strong support. It's about the price it opened. Yeah, it looks like IPO'd at $5. Top of that candle was the open. So it's the first time it's been above. Pretty good volume. Tempted on this play. A lot of support there. close to possibly going on this. Let me real quick look around, see what else. CS or KSCP, another IPO. It is bullish above all EMAs on an uptrend. So both of these possible plays. Then DWAC up there a little bit. I don't like anything on that list. I'm going to focus on FGI here. KSCS has got a ways to fall down. Let's see if KSCP can hold up that trend line. Yeah, come on back down here. Give me like a 525 entry. What's up, Orlando? Yeah, I know, Orlando. I know you called the spot breakout, man. It always goes up, don't it? Seems like. What's up, Lauren? Stonks and chomps. So I did just get a little bounce off of there. It's got the short-term downtrend that it needs to break. FGI starts giving out. Let me turn to KCSP. It looks like it's going to start bouncing. Both of them very low float. GI back down to that 525. I don't know if I want to get it or not. So looking at the 15-minute, little selling pressure there. We still got 7 minutes on it though. BPG, a little bounce. 30-cent bounce there so far. See, KCSP looks like it may crack. A lot of selling pressure on it. Which one of you is going to hold up? So I'm just looking for this uptrend to continue. We did close a little doji there. KCSP still testing the trend line. Holding up so far. Did the same thing last time with this little pullback. I'm going on KCSP here. Jumping in 50 shares. See if this bad boy can break this downtrend, same as it did here, and go on a run. At 2017. Bam, starting to crack that downtrend. Let's see if we can get that quick pop. Just give me a couple of dollars. Just give me a run up to 22, 23. Yeah, right there, previous right there, and that's all I want. Just give me $2. Come on, break that damn trend line. Give us a nice little pop. Come on. Pop up over 21. Don't like it struggling. Really want to see it start going here. There you go. Come on, get that 1275. There we go. Pop up to 21. Can you give me that other dollar? See the break at 21 right here. There you go. Bid stacking at 21. Come on, give us another nice pop. Still testing this 21 area. It's having troubles breaking over. So we got a minute and a half on this 5-minute candle. We do not want it to pull back under that downtrend. As long as it's holding above 2050 here, then I'm going to hold it through this 5-minute candle. But if it starts cracking 2050, don't pull back below that downtrend. Don't you do it. Still holding 2050 with 30 seconds left on this candle. I like to see it push back up to 21 in the last 30 seconds, or at least get close. Like push over 2075. Don't pull back. 2 seconds left. It's got a 30-40 cent spread at the moment. Good Lord, what a spread. I just need to see increase in buying volume to get this thing to pop, because it is popping. It's broke over this downtrend at the moment, but we need to get over 21 if we're going to move a couple of dollars. Uh, Keep an eye on FGI as it's still slowly climbing up its trend line. It hasn't cracked yet, so possible play coming there. What are you going to do, KCSP? Come on, get up over that 21. There you go. Keep on. Let's see, another break of 21. Come on, you're almost there. Very nice. Breaking through 21. Come on. Ooh, little rejection off at 21. But we got a 50-cent spread at the moment. So crazy spread. Asker all the way up at 20.83 still. Bids moving around all over the place. Let's see. A little battle between the buyers and sellers going on. And probably shorters. I guarantee there's shorters in this. The run it had yesterday. Just break that dollar at 21. I ain't asking for much, man. All I'm looking for is up to 22, 23. I'm not being the greedy boy, KSCP. You can hoodoo everybody else if you want. Just let me get up to that dollar. That 22, that 23. Let me make a decent little win to start the week out here. Start out February. You know you want it. There we go. Ooh, ask all the way up to 21.40. Let's see, we're going to start ripping here. Bids moving up 21.30. $0.50 spread again. Okay, still getting rejected off 21. Had a quick little pop over, but still getting rejected. It's not a great sign. If it would have kept going, that would have been good there, but the fact it's still struggling. I just wanted 60 more cents, man. That's all you had to give me. What's up, Glory? PVRB. It's not on my scanners, but I'll check it out. But no, I just grabbed KCSP off of this trend line, this uptrend. Looking forward to try to just I ain't even looking for all the way to the top of the downtrend. The top of the downtrend's at 25. I'm just looking for a little bounce up to 23. We're having a lot of problems here breaking 21. See, 2 candles in a row. Whoop. I don't like the way that's looking on the 15-minute at all. Check the hour chart. I'm glad to move this trend line. See, 10-day is at 1953. Yeah, you can see back here why 21 is such strong resistance. Back through this area was support. Now it's holding at some resistance, but we don't want to stay there too long. We need to break over 21 as soon as possible. Because if we get rejected, if we continue to get rejected at 21, this thing's going to come down. So where you said PVRB. PRVB. Okay. Oh, now we're looking like we might start going here if we break over 21 again. See the battle of volume on the 1 hour chart. That candle keeps turning from red to green. This thing can turn green. Just need that buying volume to come on in here. FGI cracking, so that is done. Come on, let's get that break of 21 here. Show me that break of 21. See, still a lot of selling pressure here at 21. Big spread again, 20-cent spread. It was a 30-cent spread. At 20.50, still trying to hold up as some support, but it's weakening. Need to see a pop, a buying volume pop come in here. Yeah, don't do that. Starting to pull back a little bit. See if 20 can hold. See how we're curling back down to this uptrend, so we need to see this uptrend hold up. It's getting a little bit sketchy. Now if it pushes right back up to 21, should be fine, but if it struggles at all, like if it starts struggling with that 2050 area as resistance, then we're probably going to see this thing crack. Starting to crack a little bit. Buyer's still trying to hold it off of 20. We're dojing right now above support, so if we doji out here, the next candle will be the indicator candle that will tell us if this thing is going to crack or if it's going to start moving back up. Also, the close of this candle on the 15-minute, which is red. The 10-day on the 15 minutes is like 2050, so we really need to see this get back above at least 2050. Let's see, we got a couple more minutes. It's starting to move to the downside. We don't want it to close as a big red candle. We want it to close at least as a doji, but preferably a green candle, even if it's just a little bit. There we go. Buyers trying to push it back off of 20 again. There they come. They're making me nervous. It took them a minute to come in. Let's see. Well, let's make sure they're buyers first, because these could be shorters loading up on positions here. If it's buyers, we'll get a bounce back to 21. If it's shorters, we'll probably hit 2050 and then start coming back down. So the rejection of 2050 in the next couple of minutes could be that indicator to let us know to get the F out of this thing. Got a minute left on this 15-minute candle. Come on, push up over 2050. And it's starting to come back down. The last little bit. 20's got to hold. Last 30 seconds of the 15-minute candle. Buyers better show some strength. They better show up. Alright, so we just kind of closed as a doji. This 15-minute candle is it. Rebreak over 2050. Should move on up. But right now, we have this little downtrend that's not looking very good. See, we're starting to go bearish. 20 is still holding, but this candle does not need to be a red candle. Because we are not seeing buyers. Where are you buyers at? Are you done with it? Ooh, this is very close to cracking. Whoa, 20 was holding. Oh, and then just bought back up. So we are real sketchy. We're all over the place. What's the SPY doing real quick? I'm scared to change. Okay, SPY was going up, now starting to dip. So that may mess up everything. SPY starts selling off here. I believe I'm gonna have to I'm gonna have to hop out if it doesn't pop back over 20 in a second. But looking at this 15-minute chart, see, we got that indecision candle followed by this bearish candle so far, and this bearish candle is just sitting right on that trend line, trying to hold 20, but it is not doing very well to hold or even get above it. It's hard to tell too. It's hard to read because of the spread this thing has. It has crazy spread. Most of the time, it'll get close. Spreads will get close for like a minute, but then they just yank apart. If you don't know what the spread is, oh, whoa, whoa, whoa. This thing's starting to dump on me. Shit, I'm gonna have to get out of here. Let's see, that 50-day is at 1841. It looked like it was about to dump, but I couldn't tell what exactly. Well, let's see. It did get bought up pretty quickly off of that 50-day, all the way down to 1850, coming right back up to 1940 so far. But we are cracking this trend line. Some stop losses definitely got hit on that candle. Alright, if it drops below 19 again, then I'm getting out. SPY pushing back up. I believe shorters may have won the battle. Still holding up that 19, but we're still just lacking buying volume. Buying volume is not coming in here. PVRB still climbing up, moved about $1. Look at the 1 hour chart. See, on the 1 hour chart, which is fixing to close, where's that 10-day moving average at? 19. It's also where we're bouncing off. It's trying to bounce off at 10-day on the hour chart. So this bad boy can pop back up. GMVD still slowly climbing. SRRA with a slow climb. SPY pushing up to 445 again. Looks like it may try to break through that for a new high a day. There you go. Getting a little buying back in here a little bit. Yeah, we're actually starting to see some decent size orders. There's a 4,400 share buyer at 1925. He's now down to 3,700. If KSCP can get back above $20, it will come. It'll be back alive again. It'll be back above the uptrend. But like looking down the hour chart, it's just barely peaked below the uptrend. It looks a lot worse on the 5 minute. See, did we make a lower low right there? I know we didn't. Even with that little pullback, we didn't actually make a lower low. These two wicks, this one looks like it's, yeah, just a little bit lower. It's backward. Getting some rejection at 1950. Testing 19 as support. Well, I believe we're going to crack. Looking at this hour chart. Got 3 minutes left on this candle, but it is not showing any strength whatsoever. It's like just barely holding on. Buyers will come in and push it back up to 19, but they're not wanting to push it any further than 19 at the moment. See real quick. Let's pop over to the other. Let me look at my other charts real quick. What's happening on the crypto markets? Ethereum over 2,600. Bitcoin around 37,000. Alright, this is very close to dropping. If it does not come back up in the next couple of minutes over 20. Like in the next 2 minutes. When this play is done. Just for the time being. Yeah, it's starting to give up here in this last minute. Struggling even to hold 19. Yeah, looks like we may start dumping. I'm gonna be ready to pull this trigger if this cracks any lower. A little bit of buying, pushing it back over 19, but the bids aren't going over 19. Only the ask is over 19. Come on, pop back over that 19 and show us she's still alive. Days pulling down. Oh, yeah, looks like we're going to sell off here. So we're right on that 50 down to 15 minute. I think we're done. I think this thing is cracked. It's given up. There's just, like I said, there's just a little support left at that 50-day around 1850. Buying volume is not coming back in whatsoever. The SPY still trying to push for that new high, but unable to do it yet. PVB still slowly moving. What's up, Lightning Rick? What do you guys mean, deserters from H&H? Because he had to close it down early today. You know, deserted H&H channel. Let me look here on a 4 hour. On the 4 hour chart, the 10 days all the way back down at 1551. Well, you can see that 21 resistance real clear on this hour chart. Alright, let's see if any buying comes back in. Push this back up. It's about time if we're going to have buying to come back in and and get this to rebound. It's going to have to be here very soon. If not, we're just going to keep cracking down. I think shorters have a hold of it. Yeah, you know, it's not a surprise. Politicians are getting busted for shady deals. That's the nature of politics now. They all do shady deals. So a little doji on that candle. And this 5-minute candle. Starting to try to push back over 19. A little bit of buying coming in, but we need to see the buying continue. We don't want just a little stub candle here. See, we've already pushed back below 19 again. Let's see if bids are they're going to start stacking there. So we have the 1956 or 1955 so far. Starting to break over 1950 again. Can you get back up to 20? Can you come back alive? $19.50 starting to hold as a little bit of support. You got 30 seconds on this 5-minute candle to close. Man, the spread just got big again. There's a 40-cent spread for a second. Oh, right back up to 20. All right, very important that we break back above 20 here. We do not want to get rejected. First touch was a rejection off the bottom of the uptrend. We want to break back through 20 and get back on this uptrend, and we are good to go. see the SPY real quick. SPY having just a little pullback. Not able to quite make a new high. There's this little flat top on the SPY right across the tops of these candles at 445. That's holding up as some major resistance. Keep an eye on that. Remember, SPY starts dumping. Plays could start cracking. No, I did not get in Tesla. Why would I get in Tesla? Not putting a big amount of capital in Tesla. So we were unable to get back above 20. We did get rejected there. I'm still in the 1930, 1950 range, but hey, Sicilian, you may have only made 20 cents, but still, again, it's better than taking a loss. How consistent have you been making profits? Consistently, have you been making profits since you started using that scanner and just focusing on those uptrending stocks? Okay, SCP, what are you going to do? So 1632 area, possibly could be some support. Yeah, but I can't hold this down that low. There's the 15 minute. You see on the 15 minute we're trying to get back above the 10-day and the 50 as well. See, rejection off of that 10-day. So now on this candle, I would say if we pull back any more and drop below 19, it's probably over with. We're starting to come back down to 19 right now. This SRRA looks like it's popped up some. It's 27 again. SPY is still kind of getting rejected. My weekend was pretty busy. Just working on the framework fortune coin and blockchain white papers, trying to get that all finished up and out and posted here in the next day or two. And then once I get that done and posted, I'll be able to focus back in on a little bit more extra content for the channels. But we are going to do airdrops. And the first airdrop will be to the first 100 members who signed up at frameworkfortune.com. So, if you haven't yet, I think we're 15 spots left till we're to 100 people on frameworkfortune.com. And those 100 people will be able to get those airdrops of Framework Fortune token. So this thing is still hasn't given up yet, which is something, but it's still down in these areas. I don't like it at these areas, because it could easily give up at any time. There's some big orders coming in on the bid size, but I don't know if they're buyers or if they're shorters. Alright, I'm going to stick a stop loss in. Oh, maybe not. Maybe jumping out of here. Oh, the support in this area, though. SPY double top there, getting rejected. SPY is going to come down some more. So that may lead to this to continue to sell off, or may help it continue to sell off. It wasn't really IDO with a little pop. Now I'm just going to stop loss real quick so I can take a break. If it cracks down, it cracks down. I'm just putting it right under this wick for the time being. When I come back, I'll adjust it more. But I don't think it's going to just dump all of a sudden the way it's trying to hold up. But I'll be right back. It does look broken, But this is only 25, 30 minutes of the downtrend being broken over that 2, 3 day span. So it very well could continue to sell off. However, there is a possibility that it's just consolidating for the next run right above or right around that support area. Because when I look back on it, on higher time frames, you see the 10-day moving average is right there. It's trying to hold up that on the 1 hour, and then when I go into the 4 hour, it's still quite a ways above. But that uptrend it's on was on. It could easily, this 4 hour candle's not closed yet. It could easily bounce back above the trend line and start climbing up again. But it is very sketchy at the moment. I know exactly what you're saying about it. Is looking like that trend line is cracked. And very well could be, but this also could be just a little small crack in the overall time frame of the whole picture. But yeah, I'm gonna take a quick little break for a minute or two here, and I will be right back. We'll see if this thing can break out or not. I was not expecting it to take this long. I did have a chance to lock out, like $50 on this little pop from 20 to 21, whatever that was, 27. But I was expecting a little bit more of it. But I'll be right back, guys. So it's been about 30 minutes of it holding this area. So it's going to have to make a decision soon. Somebody's gonna win this war. Either the buyers or the sellers. Here in just here at any time, really, at this point. You see the volume has died off, but most of the volume, when you look at it on the hour chart, most of it was selling volume. So if the selling volume has died off, we just need to see that buying volume come back in. But even on these 5-minute candles, you can see all these upper wicks of pressure. Let me go back, look at the 15-minute. Something just hopped up on my one of my scanners. FGI making a U shape. That downtrend is cracked, but that is making a U shape right now for a possible retest of $5. Start get other things breaking out. PR VB still trying to push for a new high at 525. That thing's just been going straight up, but it's moving very, very slow. So testing, I actually just got a bid finally back over 1950. Let's see if this pushes back up to 20 here. I'm still not able to hold over 1950. It's trying. Yeah, it looks bad at the moment. On the last 30 minutes, it looks bad. Another test of 1950. It's alright, Sicilian. I mean, the good thing was I bought this right off the damn trend line, right? So, I can hold a little bit through here like I am to see if it's going to come back up or not. normally when a trend line cracks, though, it usually just continues to dump off. But that 50-day on the 15-minute was there. And like I said, on the hour chart, the 10-day moving average is there. There's multiple time frames showing that we could still rebound. Another test of 1950 right now. So what's the market watch look like? It's a pretty mixed market. But this thing is extremely low float. There's only 14 million shares, and this is a new IPO that's only been out for what, 3 days? So there's not a ton of technical analysis that we can really do. There's no past chart history. The one thing that I do notice and why I got in this is because it's over the IPO open. It's over that IPO open price. Other than that, you know, the sides. And I've been looking at the 200 day. 200 day don't even matter. It's only 3 days. But with it being an IPO, we are back over 1950. And IPOs being hot, or at least this IPO was hot on Friday. Yeah. Got another rejection off of 20 and back down to 19 again. Gotta stop getting rejected off of 20 and 1950. Don't like the way that candle did. It was looking pretty strong, but hitting 20 and immediately getting pushed back down to 19. Not a great sign. But we still, we're starting to build on this short time frame a little bit of higher lows. To get your comments in a second here. That's very important. I got to keep a very close eye because we cracked back below 19. This is over with. And we gotta keep close to this trend line. We're starting to get a little ways off. As the trend line, the uptrend is continuing to move up. We're getting away from it. Let's see here. El Presidente bought $1 million of Bitcoin over the weekend. Well, buy the dip. That's what the crypto model is, right? Buy the dip and hodl. Bitcoin is at the peak. Oh boy, Daniel B. Yeah, everybody just ignore One Life and Daniel B. Both of them are talking crazy right now. One Life is not giving honest analysis. He's not giving honest analysis right now. He's just talking crazy. Him and Daniel B. both are in the camp of thinking this is going to crash out. It very well could. I never said that it couldn't. Why I've been focused on it very closely is because it can very easily crash. It's below the uptrend. We know below the uptrend those sharks and piranhas, those shorters like to come in. But so far, those sharks and piranhas don't seem to be here quite yet. Or the buyers at least are holding them off for the time being. And also, it's only a 15 million share stock again. So it wouldn't take much buying volume, a half a million in buying volume, and this thing would be back over 20. It's a very low float. And at the same time, because it's that low float, if it cracks 19, it could really dump off. There we go. Let's see a little buy. Just look, that wasn't nothing. That was no buying volume hardly at all, and it just moved up 60 cents. So that's what I'm talking about. If buyers do decide to come back into this, they can push it up right back up over that trend line pretty easily. It's just whether or not the buyers are going to come back into this. And we are testing 20 again. See if we can actually get through 20. And now at this point, we got to break back over 21 just to get above the trend line. So we got to break through 20, start holding 20, and then hop back up over that. You can see 20 still being tough resistance at the moment. See some bids on 20. Got some bids of $19.99. They got taken out. There we go. Bids starting to stack at 20. We want to see 21 break. Just because we're breaking over 20, this could still be shorters trying to load their positions. So we need to see it up over 21. Getting a little bit of rejection off of the uptrend. Let's see if this buying volume can increase. Need buying volume to continue to increase into this $21 resistance. $30 seconds on this candle. So this 5-minute candle can hold above 20. Little possible double top. On this 5-minute. Depends on which way this candle goes. If it starts pushing down, it could be a little double top there, and that could lead to that sell-off. So I'm saying this could be shorters. This could just been shorters. So we got the ask up to 2050. Get a shoot up over 2050. There we go. Come on, let's break 21. Let's see at 21. Strong break at 21 here. Come on. There we go. A little push over 2050. Bid starting to stack up 2050. Get it on up there. Ask up to 2081. Can we get to 21? Looks like we are going to test 21. Yeah, we just tested it. Hit it right now. Can we break above it? Getting rejected so far at the uptrend. It's trying to get back above the uptrend right now, breaking through it, but is getting rejected. Here we go, another test at 21. Possibly. Damn, the bid was all the way up at 29. That was close. It looked like we were about to try to get through there. We know, 21 was what held up earlier as resistance, so we know it's strong. We are giving it a decent little test. See it keep poking at 21 there. Come on. Just tap it right. There we go. Starting to move very close to breaking 21. Let's see a big buy and volume spike come in here. Bid. We got a bid on 21. We're starting to push up. Oh, straight up to 22. Here we go. Here we go. See, can we break 22? Sellers sitting at 21.85. They're getting poked at. They get taken out. Testing 22 right now. Can we break 22? Breaking over 22. Get me up to that 23, 22.50. Pushing up to 20. Oh, man. Can we break 23 and keep going? This is all I was wanting, so I'm trying to see if it's going to hold, if it's going to keep breaking, or if it's done here. Nope, breaking over 23. We're going to go ahead and lock out 50 of those profits. Oh, I locked out the whole thing. Well, that's okay. Locked the whole thing out, $150 in profits. I will take it. That was my exit anyway. And a good way to start off the weekend. Or not the weekend, but the week. I'm sorry, what was that? One Life and Daniel B? What was y'all saying? You experts on technical analysis? I know you guys were saying something. There was something y'all were talking about while I was busy making money, so I don't know what exactly it was you guys were saying. Maybe you could remind me, what it was. Yeah, see, we're starting to get hung up at that 23. See, that's all I was looking for was that 23. I wasn't looking for anything else. So $150 on the day. Nice, Cecilia. Nice job, my friend. Good job. And this is why you do not listen to anybody else when it comes to your trading and your trading plan. When you have a trading plan, you stick to it no matter what the parakeets in the background are chirping and barking. You've done your research, you've done your TA. This is exactly what I was talking about the whole entire time, that this thing is super low float. We did not have a ton of buying volume in this. Looking at the higher time frames is what kept me in this play, okay? I was looking at these higher time frames. We saw all this selling off on this hour chart the first 2 hours, but we did not really sell off that far. We just dropped down to 19. $20 is a very, very specific number. It's a very strong number that is usually going to hold up as support and resistance, at least for a little bit. If a stock has broken over $20 quite a bit, like Case SCP has, then more than likely it is going to try to bounce off of the $20 area. So while on the 5 minute through here it looked a little sketchy, you look at the overall time frame, and even though it dropped below that downtrend just for a second, now it's back above, or not the downtrend, but the uptrend. Now it's back above the uptrend, right? So if I remove this support line we were looking at and I remove this downtrend, and we're looking at a 1 hour chart, does this look like it actually cracked and sold the downtrend? No, because the 10-day was right there below the downtrend as well on the hour chart. So we just had a little bit of a trend line test, and now we've broke back above the trend line, so we're bullish. But if you just look at the 5-minute chart, you would be going, oh God, this looks terrible. This looks like a horrible sell-off right here, right? This is like a super nasty downtrend. It's the end of the world. Higher time frame, not the end of the world. Just a small little consolidation pullback on the overall big uptrend. That's why it's important to look at your higher time frames. Plus, like I said, this is a very low float IPO that was ripping yesterday. It already had plenty of momentum, so it's not like it was some random stock that was just hanging out somewhere. It's just holding this continuous uptrend. And there is a little bit of a downtrend still on it, so it could still sell off from this point. But it is possible, if it holds above the uptrend, that it could break this downtrend and maybe continue to run. Why is it not showing my P&L on there? Oh, P&L open. Let me see. Profit loss day. Not showing it's on there. Hold on, let me move this over. Oh, there we go. There's the P&L day. So there you can see that 150. And getting rejected right off of that 23 area. See, GMVD never really did anything. SRRA never really did anything. BTCS is one to still keep an eye on, especially if crypto's rebounding. BTCS has an uptrend since it broke out. Right here's that uptrend. It's trying to slowly ride up it. So BTCS is still one to keep on watch. I have 5 shares. I didn't know I had 5 shares of BTCS. That must have been from where I was trading it before. I got a good price on it. I got it at whatever it is, 5 shares is left. I got it at 485, so that's not too bad. Well, SPY breaking out, new high a day up to 446, and this is what I was talking about in the Discord. We are starting to rebound. Which, if the SPY just hit new highs, let's take a look over here. Same damn time, Ethereum almost up to 2,700. Bitcoin breaking over 38,000. Dow Jones Industrial still bouncing. Silver and gold a little weak still. They've not quite rebounded yet. Oil just consolidating. Let's check that dollar. You see the dollar was having that spike, but money is starting to come back out of the dollar and go back into assets for now because the feds are not doing anything, right? So until the feds do anything, people aren't worried. They think everything's gonna keep going straight up. So they may have another week or two. Another week or two where Actually, the whole month of February may be hot. So we'll see. Oh, look at that. Where did One Life and Daniel B go? All that trash they were talking, and they're nowhere to be found after that. Let's see. Thank you, Lori Lee. Yeah, the 200 day EMA is always going to be your strongest support and resistance line. Like that's why I only trade stocks, or I at least try to only trade stocks that are above all EMAs. Right? That's why this scanner is only showing the few stocks it is. But KCSP was above all EMAs. So when they're above all EMAs, they're usually bullish. My SRRA, that's why I'm continuing to keep it on watch. I had a big pullback. It's been slowly starting to rebound again, but still above all three EMAs. But that 200, it's very important. Let's see, Lightning Rig, Fed's daily. Harker joined calls for rate lift off as early as March. Fed's daily says inflation is uncomfortably higher. Harker backs at least 322, right? Yeah. See, that's the thing. I've heard there's going to be 4 rate hikes. There's going to be 3 rate hikes. The feds are, admitting that inflation is a little worse than they thought. But here's the thing. They're still only talking. They did start tapering. They started bringing money out of the market. But their tapering is not going to be finished until March. So even with those rate hikes and all of that, it looks like we're going to have a hot February because the feds are not doing anything during that time. So we might get a little heat up just in the short time. I'm still very bearish on the stock market overall. I do not think that we are going to not have a bigger correction later on, but we did have, let me pull up the Dow Jones. We did have a big enough correction. Let me turn the Dow Jones on the daily chart. Off the top of the Dow Jones index, right? This was a pretty good size pullback for short term. Overall, it's nothing. Like I said, COVID dip's a lot bigger. We're still way up here at the peak on the SPY. But in the short time, it seems like investors are buying into the nonsense the Federal Reserve has been talking about. So, because you see it bouncing off of that bottom trend line and back above the 200 and back above the 10-day. So the SPY is showing some rebounding strength here. However, 35,000 was strong support. That is going to probably hold as strong resistance. So we need to see the DJI get back over 35,000 to confirm that we're more than likely going to continue to rebound. But this time, if we rebound all the way to the top of this trend line, well, then the next time that we come down, it's going to be further down. Like each time so far in this channel, this upward sloping channel, the rips are getting longer and the dips are getting longer. So another run up, that means we'd have to come up to here and then we pull all the way back down to here. So a lot of volatility as this channel keeps spreading out, right? You can see it clearly on the Dow Jones how it's doing that spread. And this is not a triangle pattern. This is not, any type of pattern other than almost like an open megaphone or something. I don't even know what to call it, but it just continues to widen out. And that is going to cause some crazy volatility. And as soon as investors realize that the Feds are stuck, then we should still at least come all the way down to the uptrend on the DJI, that would be an actual correction, because then you're talking about dropping from way up here all the way down to here. But all my technical analysis for the crypto market, I keep coming back with, and I've been coming back with this for the last 3 months. February and March are going to be hot for cryptos. That is what my technical analysis keeps showing. Look at this, Bitcoin at a peak. Daniel B, you say some of the craziest stuff that makes no sense. Bitcoin is not even close to a peak. The peak is 70,000 on Bitcoin. It's half the way down from the peak. So we'll see what all happens. Good day today, starting out with a little win. Nice little $150 win. Yeah, here's the thing. They're going to raise interest rates, right? They don't have a choice but to raise interest rates. Because if they don't raise interest rates, inflation's just going to continue to go crazy. But they've not said how much they're raising interest rates, and that's very important, right? If they only do a 0.5% raise or a 1% raise on interest rates and inflation's still at 10%, 15%, whatever you think it actually is, then that 1% interest raise is not going to mean dick compared to that 15% inflation number, right? It's not going to offset inflation to be able to bring it back down if the interest rates only go up 1%. Again, the interest rates will be risen on bonds. So people would have to be bullish on the U.S. economy to want to buy into bonds. But if bonds, what is the bond yield right now? Let me look up the 10-year bond yield. Like, nobody's going to want to buy those bonds that the Fed is selling if the interest rate is only 1 or 2%, right? Yeah, so there's the 10-year Treasury. So the 10-year Treasury is at 1.78%. Now I'm going off of this holy tits. Energy and the cost of energy right now is up 30%. So that's not good. Latest CPI number index. Can I actually see a chart? Thank you very much. Oh, oh boy. So what is y'all CPI saying here? What the hell is this CPI? What is this thing even talking about? I don't even know what this thing's talking about. That's 1 month percent change. Let me see. Can I change? Okay, there we go. Let's go original data value. Here's Bureau of Labor Statistics. Well, anyway, you can see, here we go. You can see clearly inflation is way higher than the 1% for the Treasury yield. So even if they raised interest rates to, like I said, 0.1 or a whole percentage point, if they move it up 1%, it'll be 2%, almost 3% interest on there we go. Wait, let me look on. I guarantee that there's probably a chart on. Okay, there's bond futures. So let's see. God, look at the look at your bond futures there. Bond futures are dipping at the moment. They've been on an uptrend, but it's like such a small percent change on the uptrend. But yeah, I mean, that's the thing. They're not going to raise interest rates the way they should, and the way they should, that they should have done it way before inflation got out of hand. So I think the housing market's going to come down with the stock market. So, you know, raising those interest rates, whatever, because that's what's gonna inevitably happen. Is they're going to raise the interest rates a little bit. If they were to raise it crazily like they should, like 20%, that is going to cause a very quick economic collapse, and they do not want to be responsible for that. KSCP in the tip of this triangle, keep an eye on it. If it could re-break 23 and then break this previous peak at 25, I think could continue to run today. Very, very close to that tip. But yeah, if they raise bond rates to 20% or raise rates to 20%, it'll just crash everything. Because if the bond rates are at 20%, then that means people are going to want to buy bonds to beat out inflation, which would pull from market caps of the stock market and crypto market and all of that. But then why would you want to buy bonds in a crashing or collapsing economy? Because those bonds are based off of the economy behind it. So I don't know. All of the possibilities, none of them are, at least from my technical analysis, none of the possibilities are we're going to continue up in the way that the overall market has continued. Like I said, this week I'm slightly bullish on the market just because we've had a big sell-off. The Feds have spoke. They're not doing anything at the moment, really, so might as well, we'll probably see a little continuation. But all right, guys, I am going to call it a day. I'm going to get me some lunch. We'll be back later on the Framework Fortune Crypto channel, 4 p.m. Central, for the daily crypto update. Looks like everything kind of turning around for the time being. Yeah, SPY is looking pretty bullish. So, yep. Appreciate everybody joining me as always. You guys stay safe out there. Good job to anybody who made some profits. And if you did take a loss today, remember, learn from your lesson. You paid for that lesson by taking that loss, so at least get your money's worth and learn what mistakes you made. Stay safe out there. Until next time.